hopefully my top stays up. All right, let's just wait for some people to come in. All right, don't mind the black Santa Claus blanket in the background. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nia, and I'm gonna talk about DDG and Diddy. I have thoughts and opinions. My sources are just everyone here on YouTube. There's a lot of great YouTubers that are actually going to the case, which is awesome for us. But with that being said, taking in all this knowledge, I'm like, yeah, no. Like it had me sad for a minute. And I want to talk about it because it relates to definite things that women deal with. And I'm looking at Cassie a little side-eyed. I know most people aren't. I have empathy, complete empathy. What is happening to her makes me want to throw up. Like it's disgusting. But remember how I always talk about money? I always talk about money on my channel. I always talk about what people are willing to do. She was and this is my understanding, she was very young. She was in a relationship with this old man that not only controlled her music, and the story should sound familiar. Starts with a J, ends with a Z, but whatever. She wanted to get out of her situation. And I think let's start there. I want to get out of my situation, right? I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of fame. I don't have the connections, right? But because I am a dark-skinned female and because I also have education backing me, because I'm not playing no games at the same time, and I'm willing to let everybody attack me over doing the wrong thing, you know what I mean? Either you do the wrong thing, which is date the producer, or you go the route of the struggle route, right? She decided to date the producer. We play music a lot. Jocelyn. Who else is there? Many artists. A lot of rappers date their producers. Hi, welcome to my channel. A lot of rappers date their producers. But my point is that she decided to take that route. I will be with the man who is making my music. But I do understand how close you are to your producer. They're supposed to be basically your manager. They're guiding you. They're supposed to believe in you, your passion, you know? And all I could see is her thinking, this is going to get me out of the hood. This is going to get me out. And I understand that. But for me, I think when she was on stand, what's being said, right? When she was on stand, it's the fact that she was also making people take the drugs. That's what was irritating me the most. Sorry, my dog be trying to enter the room. Whoop, not my dress. I had a pretty dress on, you guys. Hello, everyone. Um, so with that being said, it's like a situation where I have empathy, but I also understand the industry. Like when I think about her getting $20 million, well deserved from what she went through, well deserved. But then again, and remember what I said about money. She went through all of this, and I'm not saying she could have just got up and run. That's not really the situation when you're young and you have somebody controlling you. Sad. No one should have to testify. Meanwhile, they look like they're about to pop. She literally looks like she's a gorgeous woman. She looks like she's about to pop. Literally looks like she's a gorgeous woman. She looks like she's about to pop. And that's what makes me really sad. And that's what makes me really sad. Nobody deserves that. Not even nobody deserves that. Not even my worst enemy. And I got some enemies out there, okay? Don't nobody deserve that. What happened? Sorry about my connection, you guys. I am in a part of the house that doesn't get too much Wi-Fi. It's unfortunate, a thing that shouldn't be happening, but it for me while I was listening, and I know I probably she got the money and the fame. For some reason, I keep drawing back a little bit of my empathy and having a little bit of disgust. I don't know what it is, but you know what? It probably reminds me of the situation with DDG and Halle right now. He was, bruising up Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose reported something, and Halle just decided to still be with that man. So remember, I think I've talked about this before, how some women stay with a man regardless of the past trauma or whatever he gave to somebody else, right? You dismiss it, you leave them. Not the same situation. People are telling you so, but yet you can't say that word. That word in this, oh my God, my service. Sorry, that were drugs. Question this new report of the co-conspirator thing. It's unfortunate, but it's so sad because I don't want to say semi-true, but yeah, she was in on it, and I do not want her to end up in jail. Oh, that's not what we want. I don't think she deserves it. I think that they should honestly throw it in the trash, but I do understand that. Like in the back, it could be just me. In the back of my head, I was like, "Girl, you participated in this. You did. Why?" Um, and for me, honestly, I just think about money. I think that's why I was listening to her stuff and I was literally like putting my hand over my face and I just couldn't believe it. And I felt terrible. I felt bad. It was horrifying. It's a lot. Like this trial is a lot. And if you're going, big ups to you. Do your work. But this like almost made me cry, like what she did. And I can sit here and say she had to do it, but did she really? I I know people are gonna be so mad that I'm saying this, but when money is on the line and fame, you don't want to walk away. And that's how I feel with a lot of bullies in life and bad people and corrupt companies. Y'all know what I've been dealing with. I feel that. I understand that. When money is on the line, you don't want to walk away. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of fame. I'm like, we only got what, one album from her, no tours, no nothing. And then you look at the photos, and she literally looks like she's been on a substance. Like she looks like she's knocked out. Like what was it? Horse tranquilizers, ketamine, and all these other things that she was taking, and they were taking, and then she was taking Viagra. I'm like, what in the world? Just to get into the party? Really? Not the party, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, it's, I can't even say because she is a survivor. She is a DV survivor. But at the same time, I feel like she was reaping the benefits of being with Diddy. And that still sits with me because I know y'all could say it's hard to leave, it's hard to leave. But at the end of the day, she has so many outlets that not a lot of women have and privilege. Don't even forget the privilege because of how she looks and how white passing she is. So I'm in this realm where I understand and empathetic, but at the same time, I'm starting to hear what she's saying. And I do like that she was sincere and said she's tired of treating people like they're disposable. Because that's what she did. That's what she did. She did that for him because she loved him, right? So she treated people like they were disposable, and I'm glad that she admitted that and she said it. However, I think that's going to be to her detriment when it comes to the whole co-conspirator thing. Child, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I think that's going to be to her detriment. I don't think it's going to be to her benefit whatsoever. So then we're going to move on from that story because I don't want to talk about it too much because it's detrimental. Unless we were having an open conversation, fine, but it's too detrimental. Let's move on to DDG and Hallie. So with Hallie, I feel once again and say, hey, Ruby told you. She told the internet and you just brushed it off like it was nothing. Ruby means something too. Those escorts, right, from Diddy's case, they are people too. They mean something. They aren't just empty people. You know what I mean? You can't just dismiss them. So that's how I feel about that. And also I feel like it's the fact that everybody told you like, ew, no, do not be with him. How many people told her? How many people told Hallie, hey, no, what are you doing? And her sister got the nerve to go all on the internet and be like, leave my sister alone, leave my sister alone. I'm like, people were coming at her because they were protecting her. She's a grown woman. Yes, she can make her decisions, but it was obviously leading to a no, girl. Why are you doing that? Now, I think that her reputation will remain the same. She is a great actor, a great singer, gorgeous girl. But seeing the way she cut her hair and seeing the way she moves, I am very worrisome. It's giving Britney Spears, and not all. Something about it. I was like, why'd you cut your locks? And it could be because of the movies that she's filming and the way that they're doing her hair. She might have needed to cut it. She might have needed to cut it. I don't know. I'm not like a expert in that, but it was making me think about Britney Spears and how basically she did the thing, but when she was mentally not well. So that's what that made me think of. But seeing, the fact that she had a chipped tooth, seeing just the bruises on her arm, that was sad enough. That's why I was like, it's a really sad week. It is a sad week. I was like, this is a lot. This is definitely a lot. And I feel like a lot more women should understand now to not be so mean to women, if that makes sense. That's why I go so hard on this. That's why I was at that flight attendant training. I was like, ew, y'all are disgusting people. Y'all make women feel bad for making the right decisions for their mother and self. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You have Hallie in a situation where she's not leaving. One, because she had a kid by this person. Two, because she's trying to prove people wrong, in my opinion. And three, because you got him whispering in her ear, whatever magic he's trying to whisper, and everybody else is just looking at her and being like, hi, oh my God, you're so pretty. I love your hair. Mariah Ellis, how are you doing? What are your thoughts on everything? My thoughts are my thoughts, but I definitely want to know yours. So write it in the comments. Be respectful, but welcome to the channel. I definitely think that I need to have a bit of grace, more grace, but at the same time, I'm glad that I'm human and I understand that people were affected by both parties. They were. I look at women with a side eye when they don't do something. You know what I mean? Like you had an inkling to leave. Somebody told you. Ruby Rose said something, and you decided to, oh, he ain't gonna treat me like that type of acting. Like what? Huh? Why would you do that? I wouldn't. I would just be like, hey, like, you know what? I see the signs. I'm out. I wouldn't have even had a kid, but that's that Southern stuff. I don't think she would have had a heaven baby. I don't think she would have went on with her life. Like literally, when I was in flight attendant training, there was a nasty group of females, and they got the nerve to say in front of me because they watched my YouTube videos. They just didn't want to say it to me, but they have. Thank you. I feel bad for her, but I wish she listened. All of his past relationships have ended terribly. I did not know that, Mariah. Thank you for putting that in the comments. I didn't know that. I just knew about the Ruby Rose thing. I didn't even know who DDG was. Like, that's the crazy part. I did not know who he was from a can of paint. I know Kai Sanat. I don't watch Kai Sanat stuff, but that's the only person. Kai Sanat and Speed, I think. But they just little boys to me, so I don't really watch all their content. Little boys can watch their content. But once again, oh, that's what I was getting at. So at the training, the girl's going to sit in front of me on the bus and say, who sleeps with a man who doesn't claim you? They said some stupid shit like that. Excuse my language. And for me, I knew they were talking about me because they probably watched my videos. And this is what I mean by women will stay with a ain't nigga because of women like that. Women that are going to put you down for making the right decision and leaving a nigga. Literally. They rather stay in a relationship and get beep, beep, boop, 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 boop just to say I have a man, which is disgusting. It's disgusting. So I talk about on my channel how women make other women feel. I literally have had a family member make me feel bad for talking about how bad black men can be to black women and how we need to change it. And let me tell you this, all black men know on my channel, if I didn't like y'all, I wouldn't be speaking about you. Why would I talk about you if I don't like you? I only date black men. So for me, or black people in general, for me, it's like you have people who get triggered because of their own insecurity, and then they're going to decide to put you down. So that's why I feel what Haley felt, but I make that decision to say I'm getting, and this is my opinion, this is what I'm seeing. I make that decision to get out of that relationship. I don't care what no one has to say. If it's glitter and rainbows today and then it's a thunderstorm tomorrow, I am out of the relationship. I don't care if people are going to tell me, oh, look at you. You can't keep a man. You can't keep, your life's not right. Your life's not great. Tell me all that bull crap. As long as I don't have a black eye, I am okay. I prefer not to. Okay. I used to watch his content. Mariah says, wait, now don't disappear. Okay. Mariah says, I used to watch his content, but the day he dragged his first girlfriend back when he used to be in college, that was on his vlog channel. I stopped watching. Oh my gosh. And I wonder what he went to college for. I do. I wonder what we went to college for. Maybe for video editing and stuff like that, and media. Sorry, y'all, reconnecting. That means subscribe, welcome to the channel. Talk with Nia. I love everyone that comes to this channel. We come respectfully, even if you have a different which I love. let's just talk about it. And I always love to get shout outs. So put anything in the chat as long as it's appropriate. Um, I'm gonna do more lives, by the way, because my phone is just not with it. My phone is like, girl, you cannot upload no more videos. You can't. Um, but yeah, I did not know that. So that means she was following him for a while. So she was his fan, but I don't feel like he was ever her fan. I feel like he was just like, you know what, this is awesome. A celebrity actually likes me. You know what I mean? But to call her a FMB and to hit her head on the steering wheel, to show her bruises. Oh, that's what I was saying in my other video. I was saying, you know what made it the final straw, in my opinion, for her to report it to the police? I think that one, she was scared for her child, but then two, I bet when she dropped that baby off and told the family what happened, I bet she was just dismissed. I bet the family was like, oh, okay, because you need to understand, I've said this before, a mother knows when their son sucks. A mother knows when their son is a crappy individual. A mother knows they will just take and take and take money from their kid. Meanwhile, their kid is not a good person. There's mothers like that. And mainly when it comes to raising black men. There's mothers like that. They will take all their money. They would look at their grandkids and say, I got grandkids. And they will have the most disgusting man that they are raising. In or not in their household. But at the end of the day, what they're taking is the money. They're like, you know what? I'll take some money from you. You keep hitting her. Yep. You live over there with her parents. Yep. There are women like that, and they get triggered at my channel, and I don't care. I'm going to keep creating my channel. They definitely do. They'll just turn a blind eye. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I love that Mariah said that. Mariah was saying that they will turn a blind eye, and that's what I think happened. This is my opinion. I think that happened when she went to the house. Because imagine you go to somebody's house, you go to the grandmother's house, and you have bruises and a chip tooth, whatever it is, right? And she's just like, okay, bring the baby on in. What happened to you? All right, whatever. See you next week. I feel like that was the final straw. And this reminds me of Keke Palmer, too. I should have put her on the cover. I might later. This reminds me of Keke Palmer, too. And this is why I think Haley is going to take that man back. It's unfortunate. I think that Cassie is fortunate to have found a new love and is, I can't even say safe, because the way that this trial is going, it's not safe for her. It's traumatic. It's traumatizing, and she's 8 months pregnant. So I can't even say safe, but I think that her new relationship with Adam is safe. It is love. I think that it is an escape from it, and she's trying her best every single day. Those drugs really put holes in your brain. Like, it's not good. So I just think it's sad because she's trying to rebuild her life, and Diddy keeps trying to bring her back, which is terrible. But what I will say is which she didn't go back, right? But what I will say for Keke Palmer, she goes back. I know females that have gone back to DV type situations. They've gone back to the man. The man has been put in handcuffs. The man has given them a blue. It's crazy to me. Pop blood vessels type things in their eyes, and they go back to that man. And you want to know why? Because of what other women are saying to them. You can't keep a man. You don't got a man. You can't say nothing. How you gonna sleep with a man who can't claim you? That's what those flight attendants said on the bus in front of me, because they knew I had a YouTube channel where I talk about men that I do not mess with anymore, and I've had a hookup with. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't mess with them because they're terrible people. Yeah, I'm going to test drive the whip before I buy it. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. They're going to try to put you down and say, oh, you slept with a man and he's not even your boyfriend. So what? Y'all out here with boyfriends that have the worst sex in the world. So why can't I have some good stuff and then be like, you know what? Your personality ain't matching. We're donezo. Finito. Move on. Do your testing. Do what you got to do. So it's like, for females, why are you inside somebody's vag? Like, why are you paying attention to what they're doing? But this is what I mean by, I understand how she feels. I completely get it. There's terrible people out here that want to know your business, one. But then two, want to shame you for what you're doing because you are following your dreams and they cannot follow their dreams because they've been ashamed of what other women have said to them. So that's what my channel is all about. Like, I talk about those things. I hold women accountable. I hold men accountable. I hold people accountable. I hold the sun accountable. I don't care. It could be a cloudy day. I hold that accountable. My car break down. I hold that accountable too. It don't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I think that it's a situation where she was warned and she thought she could be better. That's another thing too. And women don't understand. You are not the best. You are just easy to control. Period. You are not the best to him. You are easy to control. I was talking to a guy who had a baby mama. Never will do that again. He was a gorgeous guy, amazing voice. It was going good until it wasn't. Until he couldn't get what he wanted. And I think that's the thing too when it comes to relationships with me. People cannot control me. You cannot control what Nia does. You cannot. You can't control me on here and you can't control me out there. You would have thought. I'm a very dominant person. I feel like I need balance. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, you guys. A lot of dust. I feel like I need balance in my relationship where there is a little bit of dominance on the other side, but not too much. I do need a calm person because I am a very hyper person. I am very dominant. I'm like up here. I need somebody to meet me here and we can level it out. That's what I need for me. And I know that. And I'm happy about that. But what I'm saying is violence is not dominance. It's not. And when a man is violent, this behavior has always been happening, in my opinion, since childhood, and I blame the mother. I do. It's been happening since childhood and or their first girlfriend. Their first girlfriend, I feel like a man's first girlfriend is literally the blueprint for who they are when it comes to dating, and they will never change. Unless they're super mature, but they will not change. That is their blueprint. Whether it's the type of personality, that is the blueprint for who they are. And I feel like Hallie is a situation where a lot of people are very kind. Actually, they're saying, a lot of YouTubers are saying, we don't want to say we told you so. Yes, we're saying we, but we did. And I think what bothers me is that I did not know that Ruby Rose had said something. Like, it's so crazy. Like, we're finding out things that we did not know because people are so irrelevant. But at the same time, it's like, what in the world is going on? You know what I mean? Like, what in the world is happening right now? This was something that we knew would happen, just not so soon. And I didn't know it was going to be DV. I think that she's going to take him back because Keke Palmer took her man back. And I'll be the YouTuber that says that she's going to take him back. That is what these females do. They take a break for a minute and then they miss them. They miss the harassment. They miss the I love you. Where are you at? They miss having somebody thinking about them. And that's a problem. I learned that was a problem for me, like when it came to dating. I just like somebody that thought about me, but you need to think about yourself. Think about yourself every day. Don't care about somebody caring about you. Care about yourself. Because once you care about yourself, you ain't going to take no BS from nobody. So that's why I find myself in this little bit of in-between stages where I care about myself, but I'm like, dang, I want somebody to send me some chocolates here and there, you know, things like that. Mariah says, also they both showed a photo of their bruised arm and both bruises were in the same place. Yeah, I heard about that. I forgot who said that. It was a YouTuber who said that. I think it was I think it was Rodney with a Voice. I love Rodney with a Voice. I love Funky Dineva. I love Mims. Of course, Campire. I love, who else do I love? Oh, Zogi. But Zogi's not talking about this. I like Zogi, Leo, Specky. Like, these are people I've been watching. To more Black women podcasts directly. So I want to put in the comments in Black female YouTubers, please put them in the comments and we'll go over them. I'll check it out. But yeah, I heard about that and I did see that. I saw that Cassie had like bruises and the shades on all the time. I was like, wow, this makes sense. And like, I even think about her shaved head. I don't care. I think she was the first person to start the shaved head trend, the side or whatever, and making it cool. And basically, I think that was due to like him pulling on her hair. That's my theory. It's not out there as a real, but I think she shaved it because something happened. I really do. And then that started a trend. And think about seeing something become a trend because if it was a DV situation. Oh, it makes me cringe. It makes me cringe. It makes me cringe like so much. I don't like it. But yes, the bruises were in the same place. I think it's disgusting at the end of the day because he has so many nasty subscribers and bad people. They're gonna just dismiss what he's doing and say that she's not a victim. I think that that's where I'm trying to be careful where I say, you know, she could have left. Yes and no. Yes and no. I just get in a situation where I'm like, you have the resources, more resources than anybody in the world, but I feel they don't do anything because of the public shame. It's because of the public shame. Like I said, I didn't want to break up with the guy because I was just like, oh my God, we just posted pictures. I thought it was perfect. I don't want to end this. People are going to be like, Nia, like, you can't keep it. I thought like that. And then the next day it was done, but I'm pretty sure I probably would have tried to resolve the situation knowing I shouldn't. That's the type of person I am. And it's not that I resolve situations that I shouldn't all the time. It's the fact that I want to resolve something. But in that situation, I shouldn't have. That guy was way too controlling. Oh, let's get into control. So, men in control. That's going to be a lesson here, too. That's why I said the same type of evil. Men just want control. Not all, but evil men want control. And what they're willing to do is put a baby in you. They are. With Cassie, whole nother situation. We'll get into that. But when it comes to Hallie or Haley, we've said this to her, but she didn't listen to us because we're just fans, right? Um, I think people were just trying to protect her at the end of the day because we know Beyonce ain't doing it. So, but if people are telling you you should not have a kid with him or you're and she played around with it, she thought it was a joke. She thought her pregnancy was a joke. Like she kind of hid it, and she was going to red carpets and we're like, is she pregnant, is she not? She kind of like made it like look like an illusion. It was a whole bunch of stuff. She thought it was funny. I don't care what anyone says. When I see her play around with DDG and some YouTube videos, like they're playing around like they're little kids and she's laughing and she finds stuff funny. That's what I don't like. I don't like how she wants to play all innocent sometimes. Meanwhile, in front of his face, she be laughing and playing around like things are funny, like she's a kid again. And that makes me want to tap into her psyche a little bit, what's going on over there. But at the end of the day, I don't think anything's funny. What happened to Ruby Rose was not funny, and what happened to you was not funny right now. But because it happened to you, now we all had to boo-hoo all that. But when it happened to Ruby Rose, it was dismissed. I'm gonna go out with him and take pictures because this is my baby daddy. That's where I'm like, like I don't know about that. Like if you can't understand that a man is putting a baby in you for control, then I don't know where we're at with womanhood in society. That man put a baby in you just for control. Was talking to a guy, like I said, who had kids, and I went to Japan. He was so jealous of me. He didn't want to like my photos. He didn't want to look at my photos from my trip. He became the nastiest person I knew. We became friends like for a minute after we hooked up, and I tried my best to be his friend, but his life was so bad. He was in the military and he had two kids and all this stuff, and I feel like he just wanted to make it seem like he was going to be a good father, but at the end of the day, he just wanted control from that woman. Like he did. He felt that he needed to get married to this woman that he got pregnant 8 years later again because he wanted to be a good father. He wanted to be seen as a good guy, good morale, right? So he got married and divorced in a year. Allegedly. Let's say allegedly, because I don't even have paperwork from that, but I feel like that's something crazy he would do because he's crazy. Um, and it's the fact that it happened in a year. I really feel like sorry, I have to sneeze. No, I'm not gonna sneeze. Like my nose. Because it happened in a year, I just think about it and I'm like, yo, definitely he had the plan to make her feel like she is everything and then make her feel like she's nothing. That's one thing I never will give a man. You will not make me feel like I am whole. You're an additive to me, but you're not going to make me feel like I'm whole. Because once you start making me feel like I'm whole, living without you is going to be painful. No. We've had that moment in the past, I'll admit, right? But that's one thing I'm not going to go back to doing. Breakups suck, yeah. But one thing I'm definitely not going to go back to doing is letting a man make me feel like I am one because he has my child. That's disgusting. That's why I'm on birth control. I'm not playing that. Even when I don't have sex, like I'm on birth control, I'm not playing that. It does not make sense that a lot of people think they can just put a kid in somebody and that they're going to sit over there. I personally think she had to hide the baby because the Little Mermaid movie. Yeah, I agree with you. The speculation of her being pregnant alone overshadowed the movie. Yes, I agree with what Mariah said. I definitely think that it was the movie, but also I think you have to consider that Disney don't like baby mamas. They don't. Somehow, some way, she got away with it, but Disney does not like baby mamas. They don't. They don't like baby mothers. They don't like, the ghetto. I feel like DDG was like the ghetto that she always wanted to be. That's how I feel about her sister too a little bit. Like I feel like everyone says that her sister is. Oh, somebody's calling me. I have to end this live in like 5 minutes. Everyone says that her sister is like the ghetto one, or like the one who's the bad one, quote unquote. And then we're like, oh wait, she was the good one all along. Why is she calling me? Hold on. And in reality, at the end of the day, she's a woman. She's a person. She can do what she wants. With Burna Boy, I don't know if anything's really happening out of that. I hope it's going well. I don't think they have to be together, but I hope there's no DV involved. I hope there's no any type of abuse. I don't want that for any woman. I don't. But definitely want to keep y'all updated on these situations. I am not a news reporter. I'm not here giving y'all the news. I'm here critiquing it. I'm here. I've consumed it and given you my opinion. This is not to put anybody down. This is not to make it seem like that they with whatever everyone's critiquing is wrong. This is just my opinion. Everybody can have their opinion. I have my theories and my opinions, and I feel like talking about it, especially as a black woman. Like this is pretty insane. Pretty insane. And don't think that this doesn't happen to I think it's a PR relationship. I think it's a PR relationship too, Mariah. Mariah, I gotta get you on here. We should do a live together. Definitely write something in the comments and I'll figure out a way or a time. Maybe my email. I gotta put my email in there. I think it is, but I'll put my email down. I think you have some good thoughts and some good things to say, definitely. And I would definitely be willing to collab. That's what I've always been wanting to do. I know I'm about to end this video soon, but I've been wanting to collab with my subscribers and have like a chat and have people come on. You'll be my first. I'm just nervous that somebody's gonna get buck wild and I'm gonna have to like figure out how to end the live or something. But you seem very respectful, so definitely come back again. I'm gonna put my email down in this video. And email me anytime, and I want to see if we could schedule something. Or if you have a social media or something like that, because I have a business account as well on Instagram and TikTok. But yeah, I want to do an open panel. What do y'all think about an open panel? Write it in the comments. I'm going to check out right now. I definitely like Mariah's comments. Mariah was engaging. That's what I like to see. Like that was good engagement, and that put things into perspective for me as well, and things that I was gonna say and didn't even say yet. So I definitely love the engagement. Thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day. Hopefully it's sunny where you're at. It was raining. It's a little sunny now, so I'm kind of happy, but see y'all later. Bye.